Hi folks, it's Smitty. It's 25 January 2021, and oh my god, we have a new Thai bomber game. So that means I should do this, right? It's better than the Edward Munchkin, as I prefer to call him, gone. So, you notice we have our non-alcoholic drink. We have, what do we have, Miss Katie?
We have red tea.
We have red tea because it is actually what?
Black cherry.
Black cherry by Celestial Seasonings, right?
Yes.
And what do I call
Red tea.
it? Why is that?
Because it's red.
Because it's red. It makes it easy for me. I don't have to think more than that. But hey, the new game. We have a new game here that was sent to us. World at War, Invade Norway. Brand new. The only problem with the game, the collator forgot to put the rules in. Oh my god, I can't play the game. Oh, the loser, right? Well, no. Why is it not a loser? I sent a note immediately to Mr. Bomba, and Ty sent me both the rules and a PDF of the tables. You can't complain about that. Talk about service. So let's talk about the game. Operation Jupiter, good article. Often is in the case with these games, you want to buy the magazine with it. I'm not getting paid to say that. I found it as a rule that it helps me. Well, it kind of juices me to play the game. But it helps me to sometimes, it will give you a greater understanding and sense of maybe the designer's intent. All right, one sheet of counters. Well, sort of, because thank God Ty told me this, because I'm looking at the counters and there's a Yorktown and there's a Lexington, and I'm thinking, what in God's name are we doing with it? And then it's like, oh yeah, he said there are counters there for some of the other Miranda games, like War, like their Decision in the Pacific or their War in the Pacific game, or War Plan Orange that just recently came out. So these are variant counters. Here are all the counters for the game. Whoa, see that? It's nice to see counters come out easily because everybody knows that I complain about counters dismounting. Because then I have to go get Miss Katie's cutting board and cut things out. And I am a very, very unhappy game reviewer and a very unhappy gamer if I have to cut counters out. So we have the British Army, we have Americans, lots of Soviets and Germans. And we've got the Swedes. Yeah. Because Sweden can come into this game on either side, dependent upon who makes the mistake of making the Swedes man. And the air counters are P-38. So, the standard 12 pages of rules. I scanned the rules so far that Ty sent to me. The most interesting thing, of course, is Sweden coming into the game. And like some of Ty's others game, there are momentum attacks, but it seems that only the Germans have those. Well, that would make sense for this point in the war. There is also, imagine this, I have a cat claw in the rules. There is also, on here, it's 10 turns. Turns are up on this, I'll show you in a moment. Combat result table, the weather, to include blizzards. If we have a blizzard, nothing happens. And Allied victory points. Here is the map. It's a nice map. I'll show you a little bit closer then once I scoot Miss Katie out of here and I use the camera myself. Very attractive map. Good paper. And it has the victory point areas on the map. So, well designed, I think, as usual. And of course, my favorite thing, it is the compass on it, because I hate maps that don't have compasses on them. I'm an army guy. I spent my life looking at my compass. You don't put a compass on a map, I feel disoriented. I hate being disoriented. I get very sad. See, I even have Miss Katie laughing at that one. You'll probably just think I'm being annoying, but it is nice to have the compass on the map. And the most interesting thing, Finnmark. Look it up, folks. All right, we will get ready to take the camera away from her in a moment because she's heading towards that most special time of the day for her. What is the most special time of the day for you at this time of the day?
Nap time.
Nap time, because Miss Katie wants her nap. So we'll look at this a little closer up so you can see it in detail. As always, we thank you, folks. We appreciate those of you who watch and those of you who don't complain too much at my sometimes flippant style of this. So thank you, folks. We'll be with you in a minute again. All right, folks, we have a different critter here today. Well, there's Miss Katie's feet. And there was Gray Kitty. And why is he called Gray Kitty? Because he's a gray kitty. All right, counters. You can see the counters here as we talked about. The British counters, the American, the Soviets, the German, and the Swedes. And of course, the air counters. And as we talked about as well, you can see all the variant counters over here for the other decision games. So now let's get around to taking a look at the map. We're going to scoot it around here as we're talking to you. You can see, standard map, right? Lots of vacant stuff out this way. Not as important, except, well, there are perhaps some victory areas here. And of course, the objective is to close off the coast to the Germans, because what's happening up here? They're attacking convoys, so they are trying to close off the Luftwaffe and the Germans from hitting the convoys. So you see the important areas here. So yes, it's not quite what we call a fantasy game, now is it? It's alternative history. But it was one of those Churchillian type ideas, as Churchill always seemed to want to avoid actually confronting the Germans. And this was his alternative to Operation Torch. Now, the weather. Fair, overcast, storm, blizzard. Victory point track, right there. The turn record track, right there. And I'm glad that we have a more simple CRT, combat result table, and it's right there. So we're excited by this one. Don't I seem to be excited by most games? It's joyous to be alive. It is really joyous to be alive, and it's joyous to get new games, and it's joyous to have a wife who enjoys you having played a game. So, the word for today is joyous, I guess, isn't it? So we'll be closing this up, and of course the top right there. So, as always, folks, and I do mean it, as always, thank you. Y'all are a blessing for watching things. Bye. Oh, wait. And of course, we have Snicker, who's way out over there, and he's waiting for nap time too. Bye.